Okay, so this is my first time going live on my mobile phone in a very long time. And I really just want to test out the app that I have to see how it works on mobile. So that's what we're doing today. And I will also be reading some comments and answering some questions, but it will be a little bit difficult again because I am on my phone. Hang, good morning. Maroof, good morning. Divine Telecoms, good morning. Which way should I go? Should I go straight or should I turn right? You guys tell me. I can go straight or I can turn right. Waiting to see what you all tell me before I decide which way to go, because I'm going to listen to you. I can go straight or... Okay, the first one says turn right, so I'm turning right. Thank you, Vo Tu Hung. And good morning, everybody. Good evening, everybody. However, going this way, I am going to have to walk up a hill. So for the next 5 seconds, I might just stop talking, because if I'm walking up this hill and talking, I'm going to run out of breath. Let me see if I can switch the camera. I don't think I can switch the camera when I'm using this app. Sorry, I got lost for a moment. So again, this is my first time using this streaming software on my phone. I usually use it on my laptop. Someone asked, what are you using? I'm using StreamYard. I think StreamYard is what most people use when they live stream. This is not an advertisement for StreamYard. I like StreamYard, but this is not an advertisement. I'm just talking about it so that you guys understand what I am doing today. I think I disappeared for a minute a moment ago because I was trying to see if I can switch from the front camera to the back camera, but I don't think I can do that while using this app. But I'll just turn the whole phone. So yeah, I just walked up this hill, which is pretty big, pretty steep. It's not difficult to walk up a hill, but it is a little bit difficult to walk up a big hill while talking. Now I'm going to choose which way I'm going to go, and I'm going to go left. So I'm going to go down here. And as you can see, there are not many leaves on most of the bigger trees. Some of the smaller trees are starting to have leaves now. So it's just the beginning of spring. So obviously in the winter, all of the trees are gone. All of the leaves are gone. And in spring, the leaves start to reappear or come back. So that's why some of the plants have leaves and some of them do not. Sylvia Lopez, where are you? I'm just walking around kind of in my neighborhood, not in my like real neighborhood. Like these people are not my neighbors. I don't know them. But this is about a 5-minute walk from my house. And I'm not actually wearing sunglasses. These are my regular glasses, but they automatically transition into sunglasses when they detect sunlight. So when there is sun, they change into sunglasses. Lorena Guevara asked, when was the last time it snowed? Oh, the last time it snowed was the last time that I posted a picture on Facebook with snow. I don't remember when it was exactly, but I did post on Facebook when that happened. So if you want to know, you can go to my Facebook page and you can check the pictures. And it's a little bit cold. It's about it's not very cold, but it's 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Don't know what that is in Celsius. Maybe I have no idea, but I'm gonna guess like 12 degrees Celsius or something like that. Renata, oops, hello, I thought it would be in 1 hour. Yeah, so that's because of daylight savings time. About 2 weeks ago, the time changed by 1 hour. So, for example, in Thailand is 12 hours ahead of the United States. But for the last several months, Thailand was either 11 or 13 hours ahead of the United States. But then 2 weeks ago, our time changed in the US, and now it is back to being 12 hours. So if you're not familiar with daylight savings time, you can look it up on the internet. But yeah, that's why the time is a little bit different. I see a lot of comments saying hello, 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 everybody. Thank you for joining. Again, I'm not reading or replying to every comment. It's especially difficult using my mobile phone while walking. You can imagine getting hundreds of comments on a very small screen. Marco DiMaggio, I'm in one of your videos, I heard that you can speak some Japanese. Is that true? Yes, but like a very, very tiny amount. Like, watashi no namae wa Mike desu. Or ich ni san shi go roku shi hachi kyu ju, something like that. But not very much. Same with Spanish. I know like very, very short phrases, but I can't have a conversation. Ivan Vishnov said chameleon glasses. I think that's a joke, and if that is a joke, I think it's funny. Haha, it is funny. Or if that is something that people really call them, that's interesting too, but I have never heard people call them that. I think usually they are called transition lenses or transitional lenses or something like that. I just crossed the street. The place where you cross the street is called a crosswalk. So I just crossed the street, or I walked across the crosswalk. So I can go left or I can go right. If I go right, I'm going to go this way. If I go left, I'm going to go this way. So which way should I go? Should I go left or should I go right? And Malek Dang, are you planning to go to Thailand yet? No, not yet. I do not plan on traveling anytime soon, but I would like to. Okay, I see some people saying left, some people saying right. Let me see which one came first. Okay, the first one was from Yilime Salanga said left, and then Kintida Santun also said left. So we're gonna go left. So this is where I just came from, was this street over here. And someone said it looks like the countryside. This is definitely not the countryside. There are no farms anywhere near here. There aren't really any big forests anywhere near here. This is just a neighborhood. So it's just lots of houses. You can see there's also a very big apartment building. So not the countryside. It looks a little bit like the countryside just because this little area right here has a lot of trees. And that's because this is a park, or because there's a road going through it. It's called a parkway. So a parkway is basically a long road that goes through a park. So you can see this is a road behind me with cars on it. Not that many cars right now, but some cars. Right now, I'm going to cross the bridge. You can say cross the bridge, or you could say walk across the bridge. Both of them are correct in this case because I am walking. Also, many of you have probably seen this place before because I've done live videos here in the past. I have one video that's not live but is recorded and edited that I did here in the past, and I've also taken pictures here in the past. But if you are new to my page or you don't check it very often, you might not have seen this place. And this is called Slago Creek. Slago Creek. Creek is this water right here. You could call it a creek or you could call it a stream. Usually there are technical differences between the words creek and stream, but for most native speakers, when we see something like this, we could use the word creek or we could use the word stream. It doesn't really matter which one you use. But anyways, this area or this park is called Slago Creek Parkway. Again, Parkway because it's a road going through a park, and Slago Creek, Slago is just the name, and creek is the water. So this is Slago Creek Parkway. You can actually drive along this for several miles. I actually don't know how many miles, but if you're driving, you can drive along it for, I don't know, more than 20 minutes. And I'll get back to reading a few of the comments. I'm a little bit sniffly. That's sniffly, just because it's morning and it's a little bit cold outside. So someone asked, what's the difference between a street and a road? So in many situations, you can use the words street and road interchangeably. That means it really doesn't matter which one you use. But if I understand this correctly, the main difference is that a street is more specifically in a kind of downtown area with buildings along the side of it. So if there are buildings on the left side, on the right side, it's a street. If there's just farms and trees and cows, it's a road. However, again, most of the time, we don't focus on that difference. In many situations, you can use either one. You are roaming. Is this sentence correct? The sentence is correct. You are roaming. However, I don't know if I really am roaming. What exactly does it mean to roam? So to roam is like to just walk around. You don't really know exactly where you're going. It's probably a little bit relaxing. So yeah, maybe I am roaming. I probably wouldn't say that, but I guess yeah, maybe I am. Good question. Now, I have the option. Okay, this time I'm not going to let you all choose. I'm going to choose myself. So right here, this is what we call a fork in the path. Or if I were driving, we could say a fork in the road. A fork is when something goes like this. So the tongue of a snake, I don't know if it's every snake, but many snakes have forked tongues. Their tongues go like this. Here, the path has a fork. That means it was one path going straight, but now we can go this way or this way. It forks. So we can go to the right, and we will be walking through these trees. I don't really want to do that while I'm talking to you because I might step on something and trip and fall. Um, there's also some water, and I don't want to talk to you all and then step in a puddle. However, I can show you a tiny bit. So sometimes I'll walk my dog back here. Sorry, there's a helicopter. There are a lot of helicopters because we're near Washington, D.C., near the White House, near some military stuff, also near the Beltway, which is where all of the cars drive around this area. So here's the creek again. And then this is a puddle. A puddle is where there's lots of water after it rains or after someone spills something. So I don't want to walk this way because there are a lot of puddles, and there's also a lot of these. These are roots. These are tree roots, and I don't want to trip on them. So I don't want to go that way right now. So at the fork in the path, we are not going to go right. We're not going to go this way. Instead, we are going to walk straight towards the is it a middle school? Elementary school and middle school. Actually, I don't know what it is now. In the past, it was a high school, but then they changed it, and now I don't know what it is, but it's a school. So we are walking this way towards the school. Just going to breathe for a minute. Okay, so over here you can see there's a football field or a soccer field, whatever you want to call it. This thing that goes around it that you can walk on or run on is called a track. So this is the field for the school, but there's lots of adults on it right now because it is morning and they are just coming here to get exercise. And you can say get exercise. In that case, you use exercise as a noun, or you can just say exercise, no get, and there it's a verb. Gonna walk up a hill again, so I might run out of breath while talking. So you can say, I like to exercise. There, it's a verb. Or you can say, I like to get exercise. There, it is a noun. So yeah, lots of hills in this area. You can't really see how big the hills are when they are on the camera, but this one that I'm going to walk up is actually pretty big. Kausar Balak, I have been watching your videos for 2 or 3 years. Thank you. I'm glad that you are still here and enjoying them. Halismaz, why are the trees without leaves? Because winter has just ended and it is now just the beginning of spring. Edward Cheek, Peppa Pig likes jumping in muddy puddles. Okay, good. Watch out for the car. I need to be careful and get out of the way when the cars are coming. Malik Dang, you could get yourself something to drink because you are walking and talking at the same time. Yeah, and there's actually a little shop up here that I like to go to get drinks and sandwiches and snacks and stuff. But I didn't bring my wallet with me because I didn't think that I was going to walk this far. I think if I told him that I forgot my wallet, he would give me the stuff and let me come back and pay for it later. But if it's his mom or his dad working there, they don't know me, and I don't think they're going to let me take anything for free right now. We don't usually do that in the US. So, okay, I'm not going to walk that way because there's maybe construction or maybe someone cutting down a tree or something, and it's really noisy. So I'm not going to go that way. But you can see here is the school next to me. Anyways, this person says, Sweet Oslav, Maryland, it's near your capital. The capital of the United States is Washington, D.C. So Maryland is near the capital. Do you like to visit Washington? Or is there nothing to do there? So there's lots of stuff to do in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is an interesting and fun place. It's definitely one of the #1 places that people should go if they visit the United States. Washington, D.C. is the capital. And you're correct, it's not far from here. I could drive to different parts of Washington, D.C. If I want to get to the White House, I could drive to the White House in about 25 minutes. But if I just want to drive to the border of Washington, D.C., I could drive there in about 8 minutes. There is a lot of stuff to do. I just don't go there very often because I live here and I've already seen a lot of the stuff. Right now, like this week, the best thing to do is to go and see the cherry blossoms. We have lots of cherry blossom or sakura trees, which were a gift from Japan a very long time ago. So if you ever come to Washington, D.C. in the spring, you should see the cherry blossoms. This is a good question. Is paying through a QR code not a thing yet in the US? And some people might not understand this question. When we say, is it a thing? That means, is it something that people do? So is paying through a QR code not a thing yet in the US? Basically means, do people not pay with QR codes yet in the US? Because in Thailand we do. And yeah, in many ways, Thailand is ahead of the US with payment and online banking and things like that. In Thailand, it's a lot easier to transfer money to another person's bank account using your mobile phone. In the US, you need to have like a special app to do that. It's really annoying. But QR code payments, you kind of can do, but you're probably going to use an app like PayPal or Venmo or Apple Pay or something. But you can't, I don't think you can just directly transfer the money to an account without an app. You need a special app, not just a bank app. Also, I could use like Google Pay or something, but I am using my phone right now to do this live, and it would be difficult to pay using my phone while doing a live video with my phone. I'll do one more question from Swiat Oslav. Actually, not that question, but oh, okay. So I clicked on this one accidentally. I didn't mean to click on this. But Kanha asked, I read the news today. Is your house nearby the bridge? So yeah, there's a bridge in Baltimore that is 3 kilometers, 1.3 miles. I think it's 3 kilometers long. And last night at 1:30 a.m., a very large ship crashed into the bridge, and most of the bridge, which is 3 kilometers long, fell into the water at night. And the water is very cold, and it's a very big body of water. So trucks and cars, I don't know, I think one truck, several cars, and also some construction workers who were working on the bridge all fell into the water. So it's a very, very big, very bad, very serious accident last night. That is in Baltimore. Baltimore is not the capital of Maryland, but it is one of the biggest and most famous cities in Maryland. That's about a 40-minute drive from where I am right now. So I'm not nearby that, but I know where it is. It's not very far. Is this because of the sunglasses, or why do I look like Keanu Reeves, or do I sound like Keanu Reeves? I don't know. Not a bad person to look like or sound like, though. Keanu Reeves is handsome and nice, actually seems like a really good guy. So I will take that as a compliment. Thank you. So this question, how much is your expenses for a month? I'm not going to tell you exactly how much I pay for everything, but I think this is an interesting question because a lot of people want to know about life in the United States. So I will give you some basic information. Let's see. If you want to rent a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment, so if you have a family, you probably want a 2-bedroom apartment or something. That's going to be, and let's think about the area where I live, because I don't know about everywhere in the United States. Each state is very different. But where I live, a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment is going to be about $1,800 to $3,000 a month for something very basic, probably about $1,800 to $3,000 a month. Your phone bill, let's say you are just one person. Your phone with phone calls and data and internet is probably going to cost about $40 to $70 a month, depending what plan you get. So if you're in the US, you also want to have health insurance, because if you don't have health insurance and you have to go to the hospital, you're going to pay thousands of dollars, probably. So if you work somewhere and they do not give you health insurance, for example, for me, I am self-employed. I don't work for a company. I work for myself, so I have to pay for my own health insurance. Health insurance, I get support from the government for it because I don't make a lot of money. But in general, health insurance, I think, I have a difficult time remembering the exact numbers again because I do receive some support. So this is not like a 100% certain answer. But health insurance can be about like $300 to $800 per month very easily. Yeah, I think that's probably a fair answer. Somewhere between $300 to $800 a month for health insurance. So just for renting an apartment, your phone bill, and your health insurance, you're already paying over probably about $3,000 per month. You don't have to have health insurance, but again, if you don't have it and you go to the hospital, you're going to pay a lot more money. Then if you have a car, you also have to pay auto insurance. The prices for that vary depending on how good your insurance is and what company you use. I don't know exactly because I don't even own a car. What else is there? Obviously, there's utilities. Utilities means gas, electricity, water. I don't know how much that is actually because right now I am with my parents, so I do not have to pay those things. My parents are about 70 years old, and I moved back from Thailand recently. Not recently, but about 2.5 years ago. And I'm trying to really focus on growing my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. So I decided to stay with them and spend some time with them. So I'm not paying for utilities right now. Food. Food is much more expensive in the US than it is in some countries. I'm not going to talk about this question forever because it's not really an English question, but I will talk about it for another minute or two because I think it is interesting for many people. So, food in the US, I don't know exactly how to measure this, but if you cook your own food every day, that is the cheapest option. However, many people do not do that. Many people, when they are working, will go to a restaurant for lunch, maybe a restaurant for dinner. And eating one meal at a restaurant, when you include tax and you include tip, it's probably going to cost between $15 and $30 for something basic. If you want nice food, food at a restaurant could easily cost $40 to $100. I would never spend that much at a restaurant for one person, but some people do. But yeah, I think in my area where I live, if you want to have a car, if you want to rent your own apartment, if you want a phone with internet, if you want health insurance, and you want to eat okay food, you definitely need at least $3,000 a month. And that's very, very, I think, little. To live comfortably, to be comfortable and to save money and to be prepared for emergencies in the future, things like that, you'd probably need at least $5,000 a month. If any of you live in the US and you think I'm wrong about these things, you are welcome to comment because I'm not looking at a spreadsheet right now. I am just kind of guessing while walking, and I'm not really an expert on this topic. But yeah, let's look at some other comments. Are those trees I am seeing? Yes, they are trees. Are they local trees or foreign ones? What trees are they? So there are many types of trees here. Honestly, I don't know what these big ones are. I think that they are oak trees, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think that they are oak trees. Someone in the comments might know. But yeah, these are definitely local trees. These trees are older than any of the houses in this area. I'm not an expert, but these trees are definitely more than 100 years old. Um, Definitely, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that they are more than 100 years old. In the US, people can get food stamps, and it's very important for many people. Yes, so food stamps are basically the government gives you kind of money that you can use to buy food if you have a low income. So if you don't make much money, the government can support you to buy food. However, I think you have to have quite low income to qualify for that. I don't actually know what the income requirement is, but most people I think who have full-time jobs often are probably not going to qualify for that. But again, I'm not 100% sure because I have never been on food stamps. Spring has started in Pakistan and flowers are everywhere. What about Maryland? So again, spring has started here, but flowers are not everywhere because again, it has just started, which means that we are coming out of winter right now. So there are some flowers, but not too many. It's still very cold, but I can find some flowers and show you. Here we've got some flowers. I don't know the names of every type of flower, so I'm not going to tell you what every flower is, but my mom would know. Here we've got some yellow flowers. Not really easy to see. Got some flowers in the tree behind me. Got a bird. But yeah, there will be a lot more flowers in the next couple weeks. And I'll definitely do another Facebook Live here in this when it is hotter, when it's warmer, and there will be more animals and more flowers. In my previous videos, we've seen some ducks here. There's ducks, deer, rabbits, herons. Herons are a very, very big bird with very long legs. Um, you can see this tree right here. This is a really beautiful tree. Someone asked if, I'll find the comment. In the United States, if a person does not have enough money, he cannot be treated in a hospital. So, if you go to the emergency room, they will treat you. Even if you don't have insurance and you don't have money, they will treat you. But afterwards, you will get a very big bill and you will have to pay it. And if you don't pay it, you will have problems with your credit. Basic answer. Again, I'm not an expert. I haven't had that situation, but that's the basic answer. They will treat you if you go to the emergency room, but the emergency room You never want to go to the emergency room because the emergency room is expensive, especially if you don't have insurance. But if you go there, they will treat you. So right now it's 10:45 a.m. I think you are in Thailand. By looking at your name, I think you are either from Thailand or in Thailand. And the United States is 12 hours behind Thailand, or Thailand is 12 hours ahead of the United States. So right now it's 10:46 a.m. in Maryland, which means that it is 10:46 p.m. in Thailand. Teacher Mike, will you celebrate Easter, and how does it usually go for you? I think you mean like what do I usually do to celebrate Easter? So I'm not religious. I'm not Christian. I'm not Muslim. I'm not Buddhist. I do not have a religion. However, when I was a child, my family did do things for Christian holidays because my grandparents were Christian and my parents are a little bit Christian. Um, religion is, I don't think religion is very, very, very important to them. But I think if you asked them if they have a religion, they would probably say that they are Christian. For me, I'm not. I do not have a religion, but I do, because I grew up with these things. I do enjoy some holidays, like Christmas, for example. But Easter is a holiday that I have not done anything for since I was, since before high school. So maybe when I was like 10 years old, 11 years old, I would do Easter activities with my family. But they were not very religious activities. It was more like fun things for children. So, one thing that many families do on Easter is they have an Easter egg hunt. Um, when we say hunt, it means that you go around and you try to find things. So, on Easter, my family would get chocolate eggs, chocolate candy, things like that, and hide them in different places around the house. And I had to walk around with a basket and collect the candies. Um, so that's one of the main things that I would do on Easter when I was a child. I haven't done that in over 20 years, but I can still remember that. Um, Another thing that I might do this year, again, not because I'm not religious, but just because I want my wife to experience it, and maybe you guys will want to see it. Another thing that we do is we dye Easter eggs. Um, I don't know exactly why this is, but we get eggs and we use dye to color them and make them look beautiful. Um, that sounds really weird. It is kind of weird, but maybe I will do that soon. I guess Easter is very soon, isn't it? What's today? Today is the 26th, 27th. I'm not sure. But Easter is on the 31st. So maybe in a few days, I will make Easter eggs, mostly just so that I can show you guys. But yeah, that's what my family would do on Easter. But usually we don't do anything. We did when I was a little kid. Magda Bagiashvili asked, you are 30 years old? No, I am 34. Irina, you would be a wonderful tour guide. Thank you very much. Um, I think I would be good at explaining things to foreign tourists, but I do not have enough knowledge about things. My knowledge is very limited. Um, I know a lot about a few things, but there are many things that I know nothing about. So I can't tell you very much about the history of this area. I can't tell you much about the plants in this area. There are some things that I can talk about, but there are many things that I really know nothing about. But thank you, that's very nice. Got to be careful for a minute because I'm going to cross the street and try to not get hit by this car who does not appear to be slowing down. Okay. But yeah, this has been about 50 minutes. So I'll talk for about 2 more minutes, but then I'm going to go home. Because I have other things that I want to do today also. Looking for a few more questions that I feel like answering. Some of the questions I'm seeing are things that I have already talked about many times, or things that I have already answered in this video. And Sweet Oslav, you have a lot of good questions, but I'm going to answer some questions from other people. Someone asked, what do you call a town with so many trees? I don't think we have a special word for a town that has a lot of trees. I wish I could help you with that, but I don't think we have a word for that. Just for fun, someone asked this question. Romuald Bulax asked, may I ask, what is the origin of your family? I mean, basically, I'm white. I'm not really I don't know a lot about the cultures that my family came from. I can tell you about my DNA because I did a test recently just to see where my family came from. But it's not like I'm really proud of that or I know a lot about those cultures. It's just a fact that I learned, basically. So if I can remember correctly, I am 22% Finnish from Finland, about 13% Scandinavian, so probably Sweden, and Norway. How's it going? That's a cute dog. So about 22% Finnish, 13% Scandinavian, like Sweden and Norway. What were the other ones? About about 60%, kind of the general area of the UK. So like Irish, English, really small percent, but like 2% West African, and like 1.5% Indigenous American or Native American. But again, basically, I'm just white, and I know that my great grandparents, well, one of them, came here from Finland. That's pretty much everything that I know. So the main culture that we hear about when I'm with my family is Finland. And Finland is on my dad's side of the family. I've talked about Sweden before on my mom's side of the family, but that's mostly because my mom was adopted and the family that raised her, her adopted parents, were basically Swedish. Not born in Sweden, but I think the children of Swedish immigrants to the United States. Someone asked, "Do you have one dog or do you have more?" Um, so I myself do not have any dogs, but again, right now I live with my parents and they have two dogs. There's the larger black one. Her name is Jasmine. Jasmine is about 18 months old. And there's the smaller kind of golden one. Her name is Kara. Kara is 13 years old. So she's very old. Are there Muslim people in Maryland and have you ever met someone? Yeah, there are lots of Muslim people in this area. The area where I live is very, very diverse, which means there's lots of people with different religions, different backgrounds from different countries. So yeah, there are lots of Muslim people here. Do I have close friends who are Muslim? No, I do not, just because the only close friends that I have are the people who I went to college with, and none of them were Muslim. But yeah, there's also a very big population of people who have recently come here, refugees from countries such as Afghanistan. So there are a lot of people from very different backgrounds in this community. It's a very nice place to live. But yeah, I think that's all for today because I've got to go home, walk up another big hill, and that's about it. But yeah, thank you very much for joining. Thank you for your questions. And also, for anyone who hasn't seen it, 2 days ago, I did a video answering your top 10 questions about me. So if you want to know any other details about me, you're welcome to watch that video that I posted 2 days ago. And if you have any other questions, you can ask them there. Also, I don't really I feel kind of stupid talking about myself because you are here to learn English, not to learn about me. I'm not really important. And I don't want you to think that I think I'm important because I don't. But I know that lots of you are interested in learning about my life. So that's the reason why I talk about these things. But yeah, that is all for today. Thank you for joining.